We got on the call right now.
Well, I know everybody but these two gentlemen. I'm showing that we got 8 people on the call, Scott.
Okay.
I'm seeing 8.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started, and we can keep it maybe a little bit more flowing this week. As y'all know, everybody, this is our 30-day to Ripped challenge. Essentially, you're taking the next 30 days and committing to a program. I know the main programs that I got guys involved with is P90X3, Body Beast, T25. Some people in the PYO challenge. But we have some various. I can't concentrate. Okay, there we go. But we have some people in the various groups, and what we're going to do is, this group is important for one reason. It's because with 30 days, most people get to that point and then they kind of fail afterwards. And it's because of a lack of accountability, a lack of success, a lack of nutrition support. Whatever it is, that's what we're going to be here for, to get you through those 30 days and to segue you into something that you're capable of. So I just wanted to, I really have some great support with some other coaches here. We even have our new rookie coach here, Carrie, which is awesome. Welcome, Carrie. And we have some really experienced coaches too, with Jonathan, Rick, Matt, and Steven. All these guys have completed programs. All these guys have gotten phenomenal results. And all these guys have led teams to success. So without further ado, let's go ahead and if everybody can introduce themselves, tell them a little bit about your story, and then I'll go into my story. And then we'll go into any questions we may have, and then just go over some particular comments that maybe each of us can suggest to you as we get started on our journey. And then before you leave, if there's anything else, we'll go over if we can. So go ahead, Jonathan.
Well, hi, guys. As Scott said, I'm Jonathan Cox. I have been a Beachbody coach for about 2 years now, and I started my journey about 50 pounds overweight in my early 30s, basically, and what kicked it off for me is actually the loss of a loved one. My uncle, who was like my surrogate father, passed away from heart failure at age 59, and I just remember being very deeply impacted by that and thinking this could easily be me, and I could leave behind my wife and my family, and they could be as grieved as everyone in our family is right now. So I decided to try and turn my life around with nutrition and exercise, but I didn't really have a plan until I encountered P90X. So did P90X, I lost 40 pounds. Over the next cycle of P90X Insanity Hybrid, I lost an additional 10 pounds and then gained back 10 pounds after doing Body Beast and Muscle. So that's the program I'm doing right now. Right now, I have around 100 people under me, customers, and as I keep paying it forward and getting my family involved, my friends involved, it just keeps growing, and it's just a ton of fun to coach. It's one of my favorite things to do. So that's my story.
Awesome, Jonathan. Appreciate that, man. Rick, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Rick Numamoto. Similar to Jonathan, I lost about 50 pounds total, but started with P90X. The tipping point for me actually was when I had to go out and buy size 40 waistbands. That was something that I just didn't want to do. So what I did is hunted around and actually found P90X and found this awesome support group, which all the coaches are and everyone it is involved with now. And that's pretty much what I started with. I lost about 20 pounds for the first round, continued on with P90X2, went into Focus T25, and also then into P90X3, and now I'm doing Body Beast. So now I've added back over the course of this last 6 months, maybe about 10 pounds of muscle. So I'm pretty happy with that. Still trying to get a little bit more muscle tone in there, especially on my shoulders. I've been coaching for about 6 months here. I've been working with a lot of great people. The most awesome part I think about this is being able to help other people. it's just so rewarding to me, and it's a whole lot of fun.
Awesome. So Rick and I met recently when Steven and I went together to the Beachbody Convention in Vegas, which was pretty awesome. We actually met Jonathan also. Matt decided he didn't want to come because he wasn't cool enough for us. But no, we're gonna say, I know, man. We're gonna see you next time in Nashville. But I'm gonna go ahead and let Steven. Steven's my cousin. Steven has a wonderful story, and he's been a great addition to our team. And I've been amazed at his abilities. And he's been really busy this past week, so I appreciate him jumping on this call. And go ahead, Steven.
Yeah. So, hey everybody, Steven. I've been pretty active my whole life. And I've always been pretty lean because of that. And over the last couple of years, I've picked up, some extra weight. And that was primarily due to my job, which was I worked 60 to 80 hours a week on average. And in the last 3 years ago, I had my daughter. And I had another kid, and basically the inactivity started piling up. And Scott put up a post of his transformation. Like he said, he's my cousin. I saw his transformation. I said, if he can do it, I can do it. So I was inspired by that. And I picked up P90X for probably the third time. I had gone through it a couple different times, but the situation was because of my job, I couldn't have more than about a 1 month or 2 month period where I had the time to put it in with my other responsibilities. But I decided to commit to it, and I lost 13 pounds initially, and through nutrition ended up putting on a couple pounds of muscle, got down to 4% body fat, and got really lean and in awesome shape with P90X. And then after that, like most of the other coaches here, including Carrie, I am on Body Beast now and pretty much in love with that program. So, if you're on P90X or you're doing Body Beast, I'm going to be talking to you guys a lot, as well as everybody else. But those are the ones I'm really passionate about. So I think that's all I got, Scott.
Cool. So what's been really cool about Steven's journey is the guy sticks with his nutrition, and I mean hardcore, and it's amazing to see what his body fat got down to, and then kind of where he went from there. And that's the key. And I'll go ahead and segue into that right before you, Matt. But what I want to just say is, people always ask me, hey, what was your nutrition like? And I always want to tell people, it's your goals. Focus on your goals, and your goals should be one of two things. It should be to get your body fat in check, and then to add on lean muscle. And that's really the only two options. It's not really going to help you to do both of them at the same time. You're just going to be spinning your wheels. But that was really cool. And then Steven also, I thought was kind of neat about his journey recently is he kind of learned to trust the program with Body Beast. He was talking a lot to me about how he was taking a long time with the workouts, which sometimes I still do. It just depends on how my day's going. But if you try to keep up with the tempo of P90X3, the T25, PiO, any of those programs, if you actually stick with it and not try to outsmart it, you're going to succeed a lot better, and you're going to enjoy the workouts. There's a reason these programs are put together the way they are. So go ahead, Matt, and tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. First of all, I try to outsmart the dang Body Beast program the other way and make it faster than it really is. I don't know why, but I want to beat it. I want to get there. I want to get done. I want to beat it 5 minutes before. I end up falling over on the floor and passing out. But anyways, I'm Matt, Coach Matt, and a long time ago, right out of high school into college, after high school, I started gaining weight, and I went on some crazy no carb diet for about 2 weeks to cut weight for a Brazilian jiu-jitsu tournament. And I lost like 13 pounds in 2 weeks. It was crazy. And I as soon as I got weighed in at the jiu-jitsu tournament and cut my weight down, made my weight class, I went and got like 2 McGriddles from McDonald's and just blew the entire thing. But after that, I started gaining weight a lot easier, and that was like 183 pounds. I gained weight and got up to like 212 pounds or something like that. Decided I needed to lose some weight before I got married. Lost weight before I got married. Got down to 195. 3 years after I got married, I was up to 250. And that's whenever I made the decision that I needed to change. So I saw this crazy hard workout program on TV, and I asked for it for my birthday. And I got it, P90X, and I decided I was going to do it. I didn't know a whole lot about it. I just knew it was DVDs, and I needed some resistance band. So I did it, and I did not follow the nutrition plan at all. I just kept eating what I wanted to, and I lost some weight, but it was horrible. I didn't look any different, really. You know, my gut went from way out there to like a little bit more out, a little bit less out there, you know. Nothing like you see on TV. So after that, I did my own thing for a little while and got my weight down a little bit, and then it would go back up and back down and back up. So a couple years ago, 2011, I decided I wanted to try it again. This time I got me some dumbbells and a pull-up bar, and literally I had 10-pound dumbbells and a pull-up bar. That's what I used for my second round of P90X. I made it all the way through this time. The first time I quit with like 2 weeks left. This time I made it all the way through, and I found my coach, Coach Wayne. He's the one who's the big guy, big dog of our little Team Ripped group. And found all his people in his group, and that's what really kickstarted me on this weight loss. I lost quite a bit of weight that second round, and then I figured, well, I can do this on my own in the gym. You know, I know what I'm doing. That didn't work. So, stupid mistake after stupid mistake. Finally, this past December, I was like, man, I am fat again. It's time to really lose it and stick to it. So I found P90X3, and I was like, 30 minutes. Yes, I'm in with that. So I got on there, and right after I signed up, right after I bought P90X3, I saw that they had a group that was like a battle, P90X3 battle with another group. So I was like, oh yeah. And that's really what turned me on, was being in a challenge group just like this, with other people with the same goals in mind, is what really brought on the results. And I borrowed some weights, so I got up to 30-pound dumbbells this time with P90X3, and I lost about 25 pounds, cut off about 5 inches on my waist. And since then, I started doing Body Beast like the rest of the coaches here, and I absolutely love it. I put on some weight, about half, a little over half is muscle, a little over half is fat, because you eat a lot more on this program than you do with the other programs. But the coaching, you know, I started coaching in the very end of January, and that's what's really helped me to stay focused as well, because I know that there's other people that are counting on me too. And in our little training that we had at the beginning, I met Steven and Rick, and we just really hit it off real well. We all liked the answers that we were given in the group and everything. So I'm really thankful for you guys being in there. And then now we get Scott and Jonathan in the mix with some real good knowledge. So I think we all have a lot to bring to the table. These challenge groups, like I said, are the money makers. They're where you get the results that you want, because of all the people that you get to be in contact with that have the same goals. Because I know that you're all gonna face these people out there that are either mean, or they're either ignorant, or they're just mean, and they're going to tell you what they think you should be doing, what they think you shouldn't be doing. don't let that affect you. Stick with these people who are in the group with you. They're the ones that are going to really help push you through this. But anyways, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. And if anybody has been around Matt at all, you know that he's full of fun.
Shenanigans.
He brings a good element to the group. We got some other Team Fit 1 members in the group. I want to say hey to Tom and Jordan, who's probably talking to Molly. Hey, buddy. And Carrie. So basically all these guys have been a part of my larger Team Fit 1 group at some point, and I've been really impressed. Tom was in a smaller group. He was doing P90X, and really enjoyed the effort. If y'all know Bradford and him got along really well, and I think Tom's just looking to kind of jump into a group that's a little bit more his style. So I welcome you, buddy. Jordan and I first talked when we were in my 10-year reunion. Was that when I was putting that together? I think so. And then I think you asked about my abs or something. And I told you P90X was where it was at. So, but Jordan's a good guy. He travels a lot, and I'm glad to have him for the next 30 days. And next, I want to jump in. This can be a little impromptu, Carrie. Get your loosey-goosies on. But Carrie, I've been really proud of. Carrie has I think this is important to go over just briefly. I'll let her share her personal story if she wants to, but essentially she came and she conquered, and she's still conquering, and she's kicking ass. So, Carrie, if you just want to, you don't have to go into anything if you don't want to, but if you just want to introduce yourself, feel free to.
Okay. I mean, I have no problem explaining my entire story. It's a pretty good story. Well, about a year ago, I started going downhill the wrong way. Most people gain weight and then have to lose it. Well, I was at a perfectly fine weight, probably shouldn't have done any of this, but it happened, so it's part of my past. I started down the road of an eating disorder called anorexia nervosa. It kept going for a couple months, and then I had to go into all kinds of therapy with nutritionists and just all kinds of people to help me. And then I talked to Scott on a way to kind of reverse all of this. And he had told me that, you just need to eat right and exercise, and you'll be able to put the weight right on. And he mentioned Body Beast as a way to do this. And ever since then, I've been doing Body Beast. I'm on the 11th week now, and I have gained back 10 pounds of muscle. Well, after I had gained back the weight that I'd previously lost, I gained 10 pounds of muscle, still going hard. Just previously became a coach about a month ago with the help of Steven and Scott. And now I'm just here to help inspire women to not be afraid to, gain weight the right way and be strong and not worry about, being skinny, because fit is the new skinny. And so that's my story. I bounced back from horrible eating disorder, and now I'm here. So
awesome.
That's incredible. Let's give a hand clap for Carrie. Woo! All right, no, that's really what it's all about. Carrie, I'm going to let you know, if I did one thing coaching, and if it was to impact somebody like you, I've done my job. So I appreciate you taking this journey with us.
Thank you.
And Carrie?
And if y'all don't know this, I go to the gym every now and then so I can lift a few heavier weights, and I saw Carrie there, and she was there doing build shoulders. Was it?
Yeah, something like that with my dad.
She was doing build shoulders with her dad, and her mom was there, and she was having them all in fat shredder.
That's awesome.
So it was pretty awesome. So, all right, well, let's go ahead and jump into the meat and potatoes just for a short little while. I want to discuss a couple of quick things. A lot of the stuff is going to be basic, but it's going to be important for you to start off right. So first and foremost, we won't go into it directly. There's another call that we can post where it goes into how to schedule your workouts. But what you want to do is you want to schedule your workouts according to an appointment with yourself. So most of these workouts are 25, 30 minutes. Go ahead and make a commitment to yourself for the next 30 days and map it out. If you don't plan, you plan to fail. So it's important that you take each day and really think about it. Be honest with yourself and nail it. What I like to do is I like to plan each week. And then each Sunday while I'm meal prepping, I kind of think about the next week. And every now and then, yes, I do have to switch one workout. I have to change up my rest a little bit here and there. I encourage you not to do that too much if you can help it. Because once you move something around, you're trying to outsmart the program. And once you start doing that, you're kind of going down a bad pathway. You miss one day, you miss 2 days, and then you kind of get off track. What do you do if you get off track? Just start doing the workout that you were supposed to do on that day. Don't go and try to make up workouts. Don't try to do 2, 3, 4 workouts in a day. Just go ahead and do that one workout, and you can continue your road to success for the 30 days. As far as nutrition, the best place to start is my website has teamfit1.com. I have a lot of articles in there that can help you. But particularly just look at your challenge pack, your program, and look at the nutrition in there. There are a lot of people in the group that love to share recipes. Jonathan has some great videos on mass producing food. Steven has a lot of great shake recipes. I've seen Matt's wonderful discussions. I've seen Rick's incredible strawberry Shakeology that his daughter made that he tried to mimic. Carrie has been really good. Carrie is one of those people that she had to know anything and everything about it, and Steven and I hopefully have helped a lot, and I hope she can pass that and pay that forward to people. So I will say this, like Matt discussed, is if you're not going to stick with the nutrition, I hate to say it, but don't even do the workout. You'll get a good cardio, but you're going to waste your time. You're going to waste. It's not about supplements. It's not about Shakeology. It's not about anything but eating right and eating timely around your workouts. Shakeology is a wonderful plus side, and I highly recommend it. But at the same time, if all you can afford is some whey protein or all you can afford is some vitamins, whatever you can do, I think if you can at least nail your calories and your macros, you're starting off on the right journey. So equipment-wise, I'm going to go ahead and let somebody else talk about that, so you're probably not too bored of me. Steven, can you talk a little bit about, I know you have a little bit of journey with equipment change with P90X.
So real quick before we get into that,
Sure.
Jordan and Tom, which 2 programs are you doing? I think, Jordan, you're doing P90X3, is that right?
Yeah.
All right, and Tom, which one are you doing?
Another round of P90X.
Okay.
Another round of P90X.
Okay. I mean, you can do different types of equipment. I mean, Tom, what equipment were you using before when you did your first round?
Yep, I've got the I can't remember the dumbbells, the ones that
Bowflex?
Yeah, I've got the Bowflex dumbbells, and then I've got the Beachbody door mounted for the pull-ups because I still haven't put one in the garage up.
Cool.
I've got a nice one in a box in the garage.
Well, Tom, you're ahead of where I was. I had little dumbbells you had to like actually change the weights every time, and during that second month of P90X, I was getting frustrated. But an angel sent me some of the Bowflex adjustable dumbbells, and my life got increasingly better after that. So it sounds like you're pretty well set up for P90X. I mean, was there any equipment that you felt like you needed that you didn't have?
No, I'm pretty good. Maybe I need a higher quality yoga mat.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or some yoga blocks.
Yeah, if you don't have yoga blocks, I recommend getting a pair. The most I ever used them was during the seated 2-legged hamstring stretch. I used 2 blocks, but yeah, I would definitely get some yoga blocks. What about either the power stands or something like that so you can go deeper on your push-ups? Do you have anything like that?
Yeah, I actually ordered the power stands during that round, the first round with you guys. And I do have the new power stands, and they definitely made my numbers go down.
That's okay though. Yeah, I'll tell you, I didn't have the power stands. In fact, I still don't have the power stands. I had a significantly cheaper Dick's Sporting Goods situation, but I'll tell you what, my brother has the power stands, and I used them at his place. And yeah, if you're going to be getting in one of these programs and you're going to buy something like that, I recommend getting the power stands for two reasons. One, they're a lot more stable. So to your point, you can go deeper. You're not having to worry about the stability as much. And also, the grips are a lot bigger on the power stands than than the stuff you can get locally at your local sporting goods store. So, yeah. So it sounds like you're pretty well set up. And Jordan, you said you're doing P90X3?
Yeah, it's actually my second shot at it. The first one Scott mentioned, I started traveling and discipline went down the drain. And when in my line of work, we drink a lot when we travel, and it definitely makes working out in the morning tough too. So I'm committing to not doing that. But I've got all the equipment. I've got resistance bands. I've got the adjustable weights. I've got the pull-up bar and the push-up stands.
When you travel, do you mostly fly or do you drive?
Yeah, I fly, so it makes it a little bit difficult to bring the weights along. So I have the bands when I travel.
Dudes travel the world.
Yeah, I mean, Scott, I know you've done X3 and traveling. Okay. I think I was reverberating through maybe Jordan's because he had his mic open too. But Scott, I mean, you've done a lot of traveling with X3. I mean, any tips for Jordan on how to best tackle that, or anybody else who's gone through that?
My best advice is, again, to plan ahead. So, like for this weekend, we're heading to Destin, and I just called to make sure the gym would have equipment. That's the number one thing to do. If not, what I normally do is I, again, kind of move my workouts around for that week, making sure that I don't do the same muscle group within 48 hours of each other, or try to. That's a little harder with X3, but basically just plan it so I can do easier type of workouts in the room. So anything that's cardio based is fairly easy. Yoga is fairly easy in the room. Plyo, although it sucks, is pretty easy in the room. That kind of stuff. Anything that's going to involve dumbbells or pull-up bars, I try to either get done before I leave or do at a gym that's available at the hotel, which oftentimes are hot, uncomfortable, and people don't know what they're doing in there. And you watch somebody work out for an hour lifting 5 times. So
if you do plyo, don't do it on the second or third or fourth floor.
We'll get in trouble.
Yeah.
Now you see, I say you do that, and then when somebody comes and knocks on your door and says, "What are you doing in here?" You say, "I'm doing plyo. You want to come in?" It's good.
But you have to be drinking your Shakeology at the same time.
Oh yeah. We'll learn all about how to do that from Rick. Shakeology placement.
So I got something just for the people on the call that may not have all the equipment. You don't have to make it some expensive thing where you got to buy adjustable dumbbells and push-up stands and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, my second round of P90X, I used 10-pound dumbbells and a pull-up bar. And whenever I needed heavier weight, I would put both of the dumbbells in one hand and do, the one-handed move or whatever. But, and if you don't have power stands or push-up stands, you can use dumbbells if you have dumbbells as the power stand or the push-up stands. And those work pretty well. That's what I used during P90X3. I just used the dumbbells as those. If all you've got is resistance bands, that works fine. But if you can get one piece of equipment, I would suggest the pull-up bar because it's a whole lot better than the resistance band, trying to use the resistance bands for pull downs instead of doing pull-ups. And always make sure that you modify Like if you are doing pull-ups and stuff and you can't do a full pull-up, use a chair or something like that to modify that. Don't get discouraged just because you can't do something. Make it work for yourself.
So
yeah. I was gonna say you don't have to have a ton of equipment. Just the basics will get you through the program and get you good results.
So let's talk about that for a second. So I want to talk about when I first started P90X, I could do like 8 pull-ups and then I was done for the rest of the workout. And so what I would do is all I had was a chair and I would help myself up and then literally on the way down just resist all the way down, making sure that that resistance on the way down is what's going to get you development. And just pushing through it, and you're going to feel like you're not making any progress. But if you're tracking your numbers, writing down your numbers, go ahead and print out the worksheets. You can Google P90X3 worksheets. You can find them in your Beachbody webpage login. Those worksheets are money. I mean, they're going to help you know where you were and where you're going and what you can add on each week. And again, don't try to go crazy heavy with the weights. That's with any of the programs. It's all about form. I want to get in, Rick, I'm going to ask you, my biggest impression with these workouts versus somebody just going into the gym like a Matt Ridley, going in there thinking he's going to outsmart the program, is that I don't see people traditionally get hurt unless they're doing extra stuff. Typically if I hear someone getting hurt, they're doing an extra set of squats. They're doing, they're running 3, 4, 5 miles in addition to the workouts. Rick has gotten certified. That doesn't mean that he's a professional trainer, but that does mean that he knows and he's been judged and he's been tested on the functional form of these different moves. And so I want you each to utilize that with Rick. And Rick, I'm just going to ask you if there's anything that you found beneficial other than the pull-up in which maybe somebody may struggle and would benefit from, such as just bicep curls or even anything with that you might have to add.
Yeah, I think with a lot of the moves, one is kind of as simple as like the squat, but a lot of people have problems with that. And the one thing you really want to do, I suggest with any of the workouts, is if you're not familiar with these moves, go through them and watch them really closely and see exactly what they're doing. Most of the programs have the guys are doing it, with 110%, but there's also modification people in the programs. And so you kind of got to watch both of those. Squats, biceps, one of the things that we want to focus on with that is make sure that you're not really lifting your elbows up. You're trying to keep your elbows down by your sides and you utilize your biceps, making sure they go all the way down to the bottom to almost a relaxed position, and then pulling, squeezing at the top. And with a lot of these exercises, it's really the focus of getting the full extension and then the full contraction of your muscles. That's really going to get you the most benefit. And even if sometimes, like Body Beast is one example that I see, they really move really fast through there. And it's for me, it's been very difficult to stay up with them. But sometimes I'll just stop, I'll hit pause, and I'll really concentrate on the squeeze and the extensions, and just to get that added additional pump. And it makes a lot of difference. Try it, and you'll see for yourself.
Great, man. I appreciate it. So what's key right there is, watching the people in the video. I learned a lot of really good form from, they have somebody, I find P90X3, they tried to make that workout a little quick. So make sure that you go on there and you really do watch the videos maybe before you do the workout or get familiar with it, because you could get yourself frustrated trying to keep up with them at least the first week. I'm just trying to help you when you're going through the first week. So watch that a little bit. I think for Body Beast, I think I could do that workouts in my sleep, by now. It's one of those things that you'll kind of pick up eventually. Last thing I kind of want to end up before the coaches kind of go into their own thing for a few minutes is I want to talk about nutrition.
Thanks, Scott.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Hey, before we get too far off, I want to go back to equipment for a second, especially
Yeah, sure,
for
go
Jordan. I want to share a personal experience. So, Jordan, you travel a lot, man. So, I was on vacation recently, and the hotel I was at, it did not have a gym. And I was not expecting that because I was at a Disney World resort, but they did not have a gym. And, oh, yeah, man, I still got my workouts in. And what I used, I had an ice chest, and I either added or took out ice to make it weigh different things. For my light dumbbells to do like shoulders, I had a diaper bag in my wife's purse, and I was adding like canned drinks, bottled water, clothes.
Oh my God.
Did it exactly how heavy I wanted it. And let me tell you, man, I posted a picture. These guys all saw it. I got a badass workout with a diaper bag and a purse and an ice bucket and an ice chest. So when you're out there, get creative, man. Use your suitcase to do upright rows. You know, if you got littler bags, you can come out here with 5 pounds for shoulders. So there's stuff around. You know, just find it. You know, Scott can chime in. He worked out with Sagi, and they did an entire workout with a towel.
Yeah, and dude, I was done. Absolutely done.
That's all I have to say about that.
So basically, Steven called you out and said, if you ever make an excuse, you're done.
And I know we got another guy in the group, Patrick Laborde. He had cleared out this month. He's like, all right, I'm finally going to be able to do it. And then he ended up getting booked for like a month of travel. But he's still doing it. So I'm proud of that guy, and he's helping us out. So let's go ahead and go into nutrition for a second. So, again, first
Scott,
things first is – you go ahead, Steven.
Hey, Jordan, man, another really cool thing to do is you can get like a gallon jug of milk or water, and you can take that with you on your trip, or something that secures back at the top, and you can use the sink in the bathroom of your hotel room to make it heavier and lighter as you need it. 32-ounce Gatorade bottles and stuff. I'm just saying. All right, Scott, I swear to God, that's it. I promise.
Thanks, bro. I love you. So go ahead. So what we're going to talk about is nutrition. Steven? No. All right. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you follow the nutrition guide for your program. And then going from there, you can modify it. I personally like to stick to a pretty simple nutrition Monday through Thursday according to my set schedule. So typically what I'll do is first thing, I work out in the morning. So I drink a pre-workout and go do my workout right away. Sometimes I'll have a fruit to kind of get some simple sugars in, to get something in my stomach, and then I'll do the workout. Following the workout, I take in my Shakeology and my whey protein. For those who do not have Shakeology, you can just go straight on the whey protein. And then about 30 minutes to an hour later, I've developed my stomach. I couldn't do this at first, but I get a good breakfast in. A good breakfast, it consists of a lot of good whole food meal planning. Okay, so what you want to do is eggs, bagels, oatmeal, simple. Think simple, okay? But that kind of mass food can really help you. You know, when you're, and I'm kind of losing it for a second here, but when you're planning your meals, you're not planning to drink a strawberry protein shake and then drinking soup for lunch and then going home and having crackers. That's not how you lose weight. You lose weight by giving yourself fuel and continuing to eat throughout the day. Whether you eat small meals 6 times a day or larger meals 3 times a day, it's whatever fits to your schedule as long as it fits your calories and macros. So what are your calories and macros? What should they be? You'll find each program helps you calculate it. Typically, what you want to do is you want to figure out what are your goals. Are your goals to lose weight and to cut fat? And that's typically what most people come into this program looking for. And so what that's going to be is you're going to go into a fat shredder diet plan. And all these coaches can help you through it. But essentially, you're going to pick your calorie goal, and that's going to be based on a certain calculator, which I have on my website. But also you can calculate it through the programs. And typically, you're going to eat more proteins, and then you're going to have carbs, and then you're going to have fats. And fats are important, and we're talking about lean, healthy fats. So we're talking about omega-3s. We're talking about monosaturated, polysaturated, trans fats. All of these comes from peanut butter, salmon, almonds. There's a lot of good, healthy sources of fats. Egg yolks are good sources of fats. And all these guys have different tastes, and they can help you through that. I know Jordan's a great cook. I mean, this guy can probably, if we give him the right dishes, he could probably go at it pretty well. As far as carbohydrates go, when I'm trying to gain weight and gain muscle, I'll typically do a little bit more simpler carbs. I'll do things like pastas and potatoes and whole wheat bagels. They're probably not the healthiest, but they help me keep on the calories and the weight that I need to, because I can't eat that much healthy carbs. And you'll notice a lot of guys are trying to add size will do that. As far as the proteins go, don't overdo it with the protein shakes. I typically take in my protein shake in the morning with my Shakeology, and then maybe during the day if I'm struggling with my meals, I'll take it another way. And at the end of the day, I'll take in one of two things. I'll take either casein protein, which is a long-acting protein, or I'll take in Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt has pretty much the same principle, long-acting, long-lasting, slow digesting throughout the night, protein for you. Some people can do cottage cheese. I can't do it. Yeah, so that might work well for you. And then another key element is your other, you got your macronutrients. Now you're going to have to look at your micronutrients. That consists of getting the adequate number of vegetables and fruits and all the vitamins and lovely stuff that go with that. I typically try to, for each of my meals, bring in spinach, asparagus, broccoli. I personally love to mix spinach with my Shakeology, but some people may not. As far as what else I take in, I don't take a vitamin because that's with my Shakeology, but I do take in some omega-3s. I like Nordic Naturals. As omega-3, you don't really need 6 to 9. You can find that fine with all your other meats. And then as far as, you can take in some glutamine if you have some joint issues. And that's kind of it. Keep it simple. And I have some more articles on the blog. I'm going to hand it over to Jonathan just for a few minutes. I don't want to go in too much unless someone has some questions. Jonathan, I'm going to kind of ask you, just go in briefly on how you meal plan and how you kind of mass produce on your Sundays. And I know that you have a little bit of a different schedule. I know y'all work out in the evenings. Mm-hmm. So how do you work your meal around, or your meal plan around your evening workouts?
It's a good question. So I guess I'll just start with what a typical day looks like for me, meal-wise. When I get up, the first thing that I do is I do a little warm-up, 10 or 15 minutes of yoga or push-ups and squats, that kind of thing, just to get my blood moving. I don't do any pre-workout or anything like that in the morning because that's not when my heavy workout is. I will then go and immediately make my Shakeology shake. And in my Shakeology, I tend to put a little almond milk, a banana, and I'm making it for several people in my household. So my quantities are going to be out of whack for you guys probably. But almond milk, banana, PB2, which is powdered peanut butter that has 85% of the fat extracted out of it. It's really awesome, and it's a great extra source of protein. I do a scoop of whey protein and Shakeology. So it's a pretty beefy shake, and that is my breakfast. And normally I'm often running after that. I run 2 businesses, and so I'm meeting with employees and stuff like that. So I'll often just have like a Quest bar or something mid-morning to take me through to lunch. And Quest bars, if you've not been introduced to them, I really enjoy them. The chocolate chip cookie dough is the bomb. The brownie is the bomb. They're awesome. But so for my lunch, I'm pretty consistent about what I do there. I do about 6 ounces of chicken breast. I'm doing Body Beast, so I tend to eat a lot. 6 ounces of chicken breast. I do either brown rice or whole wheat toast for my carb. I'll add usually a cup of spinach if I have some good fresh spinach on hand, and I'll have a side of fruit, and that's normally a granny apple or a pear or something like that, a green fruit. Then in the afternoon, I'll typically do what I call no-bake cookie oatmeal. Basically what I do is I take rolled oats, I do a cup of that and 2 cups water. It takes about, I don't know, anywhere from, if you're doing it on the stovetop, 10 minutes. You can do it in the microwave as well, but I have a home office, so I can do it kind of here in my home. It's nice. Then I add a scoop of chocolate whey protein to that and some PB2, that peanut butter stuff that I was telling you about. I mix it all up. I put some almonds or walnuts on the top for just kind of like some healthy fats. Because at that point in the day, I'm usually very, very low on the fat side of my macros. I maybe have 10 to 15% fats, and my goal is usually 20 to 25% fats for the day. So that tastes just like a no-bake cookie. And I really love making my food taste like things that I really enjoy. So it's a nice, hearty afternoon snack. And for me, my body is kind of trained to know that my workouts are after work, and so it starts to crave carbs, I think, because it knows that the workout's coming after my work. And for whatever reason with my body, when I know a workout's coming, my body just starts really craving some clean carbs like oatmeal or whole wheat toast or something like that. So I have about 2 hours after my afternoon snack to the time that I work out, and that gives me plenty of time to digest what I've just consumed. Proteins take a little bit longer to break down, so if you're working out and you feel like you're low on energy and maybe you're 30 minutes before the workout, you feel like you have to eat something that's a little lower in protein. That would be my recommendation. Eat a banana or something like that that'll break down quickly. So then I'll do my workout. I have a Beast Shake that I do after my workout, and my Beast Shake is whey protein isolate, flavorless. It is Fuel Shot, which is a Body Beast supplement. 2 scoops of creatine, so I believe that's 10 grams or something like that of creatine, and 8 ounces of fruit juice. And again, I'm going for muscle growth, and so right now I'm in the Beast diet. 50% of that is carbs for my daily macros. And then I do dinner, and dinner is usually something like pasta with 6 ounces of chicken breast, a cup of whole wheat pasta, a cup of basil marinara or something to that extent. For weekly meal planning, the most important thing for me is having quick snacks that I can go to. And hold on, I'm getting some audio feedback here. Okay, there we go. Having quick snacks that I can go to, like the Quest bars, like the oatmeal that I can make in 5 or 10 minutes, and easy proteins. Protein is a really difficult one when you're getting started, or at least it was for me. So what I'll do is on Sunday, I take a little bit of time to crock pot about 5 to 7.5 pounds of chicken. And basically, I'll just get the biggest bag of chicken I can find, and I'll take it and I'll rip it open. I'll dump it in my crock pot all the way to the top, and I have a pretty big crock pot. So I'll fill the water level up just over the level of the chicken, and then just toss a bunch of spices in there. And I like spicy food, so I'll do red pepper flakes, I'll do minced garlic, I'll do cumin, anything that I want. And basically you just put it on low and walk away for 8 hours, and you're done. And you have 5 to 7.5 pounds of chicken that you can put into Tupperware and nosh on all throughout the week. It's awesome. And so typically what I'll do after I put the chicken in the crock pot and set the timer is I'll go and I'll make about 2 cups dry worth of brown rice or quinoa. And that gives me a grain that I can go to very quickly throughout the week, and it stores very well as well. So I'll cook that up, I'll steam it, and then I'll put that in Tupperware and immediately store that. And then another component that I found to be valuable is cooking dried beans in advance in bulk. So again, you can just take like pinto beans or black beans, soak it for 24 hours, drop it in a crock pot, put all your favorite spices in there. I like to do diced jalapenos and garlic and lime juice and stuff like that, and just let that funky badness marinate for 8 to 10 minutes in the hours in the crock pot, and take that out. So basically, at any given time, my fridge has a stack of chicken in Tupperware, beans in Tupperware, and rice in Tupperware. And I'll combine those things with things like salsa, or if I want an Asian flair, I'll do low sodium soy sauce with the chicken and the rice. And I'll take other greens like sugar snap peas or snow peas or whatever, and I'll just toss it in there and do a little stir fry. And it just takes like 10 minutes to reheat all that stuff all in a pan, and it looks like you've done this awesome Asian stir fry, and everybody thinks that you're absolutely the coolest. So anyway, those are the three big things for me. Just making sure that you consistently have chicken, rice, and beans. And if you're not into eating meat as much, there are other protein alternatives, but it does get a little bit more difficult. So plan around the protein. That's the hardest thing, in my opinion.
So how awesome is that? So, we covered equipment, we covered form, we covered scheduling your workouts. We have some great stories, some great coaches. Throw out the junk out your cupboard. Do it for 30 days. Commit to this. If you commit to the nutrition and you work out just a little bit and just hit play and just go through it, you're going to see amazing results. But if you work out hard and you don't commit at all to nutrition, I got nothing for you. So focus on that. Jonathan, I really appreciate it. That was a really good overview. We're going to do a call just on nutrition one day, I think, just the 5 of us or 6 of us, whatever we want to do. But we're just going to talk about that, because if I had something sustainable to give the customers and challenge group members, that'd be really helpful. So let's go ahead and just talk about one last thing, and then the guys can wrap up with a quick little farewell speech.
Yeah,
go
thing.
ahead.
I'm going to Steven it real quick. If you don't like the texture of oatmeal, there's a lot of people that don't like the texture of oatmeal. I do like it, but I found a new way that I eat it now because it's easier and I don't like microwaves. I just eat it cold in milk and almond milk. Like I'll mix grape nuts and cereal and oatmeal, rolled oats, to get like old-fashioned rolled oats together in the milk, and just let it sit for just a few minutes, soak it up. It's just like cereal. It doesn't have that mushy, nasty texture that some people hate, and it tastes just fine. It's not real bland. It doesn't have like just a plain bland taste. I don't know. It's different. Anyways, I'll shut up now.
Thanks, man.
Actually, and I'll add something to that, Matt. Another thing that I know a lot of people will do, and I have done on occasion, I like the taste of oatmeal, but occasionally it is nice to have a break from it. So Siggy and The Rock, they typically sub out cream of rice for oatmeal, where they would do oatmeal in their diet if they want to switch things up. So cream of rice is a totally different texture. I actually have a friend who's not a huge fan of oatmeal, but they love cream of rice. You can do a lot of fun things with that. It's a neutral flavor, so you can add like a hard cheese or something to it if you want to add a kind of savory panache to it and blow out some of your fats for the day and get some clean carbs. Or you could add fruit and honey to it. It's absolutely delicious if you wanted to go more with the carb side of things. So very versatile dish, cream of rice, and quick to make.
Yeah, I'm all about the fruit and honey. That's awesome. Also, what I tend to try to do is I tend to be able to drink my calories a little easier. So if someone's trying to add on some size, I'll actually have them blend up their oatmeal and mix it in with their shake. Especially steel cut oatmeal. If you blend it up first before anything else, it's a fine powder like a whey protein powder. And you can get a cup of oatmeal in like a scoop. It's pretty awesome. So if you're trying to do that, that's effective. Okay, so lastly, before the guys go into whatever else they want to go into for a few minutes, is I just want to talk about the emotional impact that this will have on you and your family. It's important to realize that, and Carrie, I'm sure you went through this too, but and I talked about this previously, but it's important to realize that you're going to be making some people uncomfortable with your workouts. Most of you probably have a lot of supportive people around you, but sometimes you don't. And that doesn't mean you have to be disrespectful to their lifestyle, but just press on, do your thing, and your positive impact may influence them, but if not, you're making a positive impact, not just for yourself, but for for the rest of your family also. So we will be your family. We will be your support group. We will not let you down on that front. A lot of us get very busy during the week, but send us a private message, and I have a 24-hour rule with everybody that I will get back to you, or I will let you know when I can get back with you. So feel free to always get in touch with me or any of these guys, and we will help you with it as quick as we can. Now, if there's anything that you have, any other questions, I know a lot of people aren't on this call. Everybody has a wonderfully busy life. So just, boop, 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 post them on below when we post the video up. Jonathan's recording this. That's why you can see the recording button at the top left. And we will post it for your pleasure. So go ahead, guys, and if there's anything, try it out to keep it over a couple of minutes if you can help it. But if there's anything you'd like to add, shoot.
Yeah, Scott. Okay, so I've got a couple of things. Sorry, Matt. I'll try to keep it quick, although I am looking forward to possibly extending this call as long as necessary. I've seen Jessica and I've seen Kristen, but I'm trying to get cameos out of April and Tasha, so we'll see how long we have to extend this thing.
She's upstairs.
For all the what's that, Matt?
He's upstairs with the kids, so there's no cameo going to happen unless I go up there.
There's always April. So, a couple of things, guys, that I really took away from my first round of P90X that really helped me. Some of them are small, and some are kind of bigger takeaways. When you're planning your nutrition, one of the things that you probably don't want to have an abundance of in your in your diet is simple sugars. However, there is one time, or really 2 times a day, that you really want to focus on getting some simple sugar in. And one of those times is right after you wake up. Your body has been in a catabolic state all night, basically just tearing down muscle that you're trying to build. You don't really want to lose that. So every morning when I wake up, I have a Pixie Stick. And basically what that is it's straight dextrose, which is the simple sugar that gets into your bloodstream the fastest. And what that does at that time of the morning is it signals your body, okay, we're getting more carbs in. You can stop breaking down muscle for fuel. So, that's one thing you want to do. And the second time that you want to do that is immediately following your workout. It basically does the same thing. It tells your body, okay, we've been tearing down muscle, but we're done with that now. It's kind of like a stop sign, so your body knows. I mean, does anybody else? I know, Carrie, I know you're a Pixie Stick person. Scott?
Oh, yeah, we're going to have the Pixie Beast challenge group starting in a couple of months for sure. No, it's a simple concept. I'll go and, they go over that a lot in all the workout nutritions. And it's just getting your insulin to help you out with muscle growth.
But the problem is with that.
I'm going to mute myself because Kristen's talking on the phone. So
yeah, even though that's the easiest method, something like gummy bears or something like that can accomplish the same thing. So if you like gummy bears or Pixie Sticks, but that just helps you not lose the precious muscle that you're building. The next thing, when I got started, I knew I was working my body pretty hard with P90X, and I was having difficulty finding ways to get quality protein. And at the beginning, I was drinking probably 3 protein shakes a day, and I was using milk to mix those. And I had a great coach. His name was Scott Hanneman, and he advised me that you should really focus on eating your calories versus drinking your calories. So if you can get your protein from whole foods, that's what you would want to do versus drinking your calories either with milk to get protein or using a lot of shakes. Now I just have 1 scoop of whey protein with my Shakeology post workout, and all the other protein I take in during the day is from whole food. So try to focus on that. And when we have the call about nutrition, we'll get into more about where to find those. But try to eat your calories and not drink them if possible. The last thing is, when I was doing my first round of P90X, one of the diets that you'll see out there that's pretty popular is the 1900 calorie fat shredder diet. And you'll read about a lot of people who got great results with that. And my personal experience was my body weight did not change really for about the first 2 full months of P90X. And what was happening is my body composition was changing. I was gaining muscle and losing body fat at pretty much an equal pace, and so my body weight never changed. But during the final 5 weeks of P90X, I started upping my calories about 200 or 300 calories per week to kind of get a slow increase instead of just adding it all at once. And during that final 5 weeks, I added on a couple pounds of lean muscle, and I lost body fat at a higher rate, eating more calories. And I can attribute that to 2 things. Number one, because I was eating more, I had a lot more strength during my workouts, and I was able to push a lot harder. And then because of that, I burned more calories after the fact when my body was trying to recover from the destruction. And I found out I was able to build more muscle and lose more body fat doing that way. So, when you do your calculations on calories, and if something seems high, you need to try to eat the calories that are recommended. Don't fall in love with somebody else's results that you saw that they were doing 1,700 calories or 1,900 calories or something like that. And to kind of use an example, I know Carrie, when you first started Body Beast, you were kind of at a lower calorie rate, and you added 200 calories a day, and you started seeing better results. So, just don't be afraid to add more calories, because it's going to help you push harder, and that's going to burn more calories and build more muscle in the end. And that's all I have to say about that.
You done finally? Are you finally done?
Maybe.
I wanted to add something real quick. Make it fun. I always stress this because I like to make people laugh and have a good time. But, make it fun. Don't make it something that you dread doing every day, or you're not going to want to do it. You're going to quit. So if you feel yourself starting to get that way, I don't know, just do something, make it fun. Video yourself, put on a funny wig or silly costume or something, and video yourself and just post it to the group so that we can all get a good laugh. I'm definitely sure you're probably going to see at least a video like that from me in these 30 days, maybe more than one. You never know. But it's all having fun and being true to yourself. Don't try and kid yourself and think that you're gonna plow through this with no problem, because I'm sure that you're probably gonna run into issues. You're gonna hit a snag somewhere, and you just got to make sure that you can push yourself through that snag. Don't get caught up on it and get depressed about it or anything like that. And we're all here for you. If that does happen, make sure that you let one of us know.
Hey, Matt.
Let the group know. Yeah.
Matt, I think to give them a clear example, you should post your videos of you working out on top of your car, and also the video where you're cutting grass and the family's watching. Those are the videos they need to see. Understand?
And Joe Dirt doing build legs was pretty good.
All right, I'll post those videos for everybody to see. Make sure that you're laughing with me, not at me, because I'm probably laughing myself quite a bit too. My wife, it depresses her. Why are you doing this to me? No, we have a good time, but just have a good time with it. And I'm gonna have to get out of here soon, so I'm just gonna leave you guys with a little present here. For everybody that wanted to see me. For Jonathan, my bachelor's degree right here and my master's degree right there. Rick, somebody here, Stephen mentioned it at the beginning of the call before anybody else was on. That we were going to get to see me shirtless. So you can send your donations to.
Oh, yeah, okay. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Have a good night, man.
Yeah, y'all too. Thanks for being on this call, and I'll catch you guys in the group tomorrow.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I'll
pretty much
contribute one thing real quick, if I may. So it's interesting to hear everybody say that they jumped up the calories in the last part of their workout. Oh, Matt's putting his shirt on. Dang. Anyway, Ken. But I had the same experience, Stephen. Basically, I did the first 7 weeks of P90X, and I was making progress, but as you said, my body weight remained fairly constant, and I didn't feel as strong as I thought that I should during the workouts. So I reanalyzed my calories with the calorie counting tool. I was doing 1,900 a day. It's funny that you should mention that. And then the calorie tool on Team Beachbody told me that I should be consuming about 2,200. So I remember saying to Jess, "Sweet, I can eat 300 more calories a day," because I was starving at that point. And so I started eating more. And at first it was counterintuitive to me because I want to lose weight, so I eat less food. I don't eat more food to lose weight. But I agree with Stephen. As I ate more, I felt stronger in the workouts. My joints had started to feel kind of like rickety, a little bit loose. I think it's because I was consuming far fewer fats than I should have. That tends to be a symptom of that, I've found. But yeah, as strange and as counterintuitive as it may sound, guys, the important thing is, first of all, to eat clean. Don't eat junk food. Don't drink pop. Don't eat refined sugar and white flour and all that good stuff. But give your body the calories that it needs, and don't starve yourself. Starving yourself is going to hamper your results, and it's not going to be healthy for your immune system. It's not good for your health in the long run. Other than that, I will just say that do not underestimate the power of the relationships that these groups create. I remember early on in my journey, I was getting burned out. I think I'd done P90X. I'd had success with that. I was halfway into a P90X Insanity hybrid, and I was just tired. I had a lot of business stuff going on, life stuff going on, family stuff going on, like we all do. And what happened is, in the group that I was in, Jeff Lennon's group, I was known as the Wolverine for a pose that I'd done. And a buddy of mine got on and posted a picture of Hugh Jackman when the Wolverine movie was coming out. I think it's like last summer or something like that. And said, "This goes out to my buddy Jonathan, who I know is bringing it every day." And I read that post on the day that I felt really down and didn't want to work out. And I went, damn it! Now I know I've got to bring it. Now I know I've got to go in there and work out and post my pics, and because I know he's out there counting on me. So plug into the groups, and when other people are struggling, get on there and encourage them. And it's amazing how giving to other people, we get more out of that than anything else in life, I think. Being generous, being kind, helping other people. The more you do that in the groups, the more you're going to get out of this. Physically, emotionally, socially, spiritually, dare I say. So, yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay. One last thing for me. This goes out more to people that are going through a challenge group for the first time. But and this is something that, from my own experience, all throughout the time I was like 210, 215 pounds, there's not one picture of me at that weight. And one of the things that I would encourage you guys to do is, most of the programs have a fit test and they want you to take pictures. You don't have to post them, but just for your own edification, I'd take them, because that's one thing that I don't have, that if I could go back in time, because I'm not going to get up to 220 pounds of fat anymore, but take them, because you'll appreciate it later on as you go through this journey. Make sure you take those fit tests, because along with the pictures, weight's one component of this, but it's not the best indicator of it. Like everyone said, you're going to get stronger, you're going to put on some lean muscle. That's going to compensate for the fat you're taking off sometimes. And those pictures and the tests are really going to kind of show where you're going to be at in the next 30 days. And if you continue on, then it'll show your progress. So it's really important to do those, kind of baseline yourself. That's it.
So some great points, and I appreciate y'all sharing that. I think you can all appreciate how passionate all these guys are, and know that none of us are too big in the scheme of things to sit down with you one-on-one and help you along your journey. All of us are doing this for the benefit of you guys, and we're here to help as much as we can. So you can tell Kristen's been busy today. She just got home. So, all right, guys. Well, look, I'm going to end this now. We could go on this for hours because, again, we love what we do, and we're here for you. Feel free to contact me or any of the guys, and we can do another call whenever y'all want to. Monday nights typically work well for us. We won't do this every Monday night. I'd rather you ask questions, and we can answer specific questions that way. So let's go ahead and sign off. And thanks, guys. We'll record this. We'll post it. Bring it. I want you posting every day. If not, I'm going to get on you. Let's go.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Hey, turn this on.